all the way and you tune into the Black Hot Fire Radio, and you're listening to Yes, man, say Wagwan. Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother there, reaching out to all the massive on the African continent, and you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson, love, respect, and justice for all. Big up, massive.
Try to take control. I'm sure you already know. We can just wanna enjoy the good times with people. Obligation shit, say the friendship you need aside. It could be right. Obligation shit, say the friendship. I'm trying to come back, with attention and beauty. The feeling is very, very mutual. I just wanna see you share my fun and love me. That's why I view you. You nicely, gently, in your country.
A very warm good afternoon from the 254. Yes, Karibuni Sana. Hope you guys are doing amazing. 17 minutes past the top of the hour. I hope you're not having a complicated Tuesday. Yes, welcome to another session of the Pan-African Bliss Show. This is the Black Hot Fire Network radio station, media of the 21st century. And of course, a quick shout out to everyone live with me on YouTube, on Twitter. I'm not live on Facebook today. I literally have to make use of the new channel. So in case literally you're streaming live through the new channel, you are our new subscriber, Karibu Sana. Kindly find it 1 minute of your time and go download our Black Hot Fire Network app, which you can find on the Google Play Store for those who are literally Android user. In case you are an iPhone user, of course, to you also, you have no excuse. We have our link streaming down below. That is the www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. And of course, stay connected, and also share amazing articles and links on our social page. We also have an active apparel store, and you can purchase amazing merchandise with us as the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. Karibuni Sana. This is the media of the 21st century. My name is Joby, in case you're here for the first time. But of course, to all our returning listeners and subscribers, you all know what's up. And of course, today we shall be having an amazing conversation once again. Of course, every time expect much of the negative conversations coming from the African continent. So long as we have our puppet leaders like Museveni, we'll be sharing a video of him. Shout out to Museveni. He has said that he doesn't want any more of this nonsense, all this puppetism talk. He said that, he's ready to clear the air. And I have a video I want to share of him. He was writing in the 254, I think, during the weekend, and he made an amazing speech to the African youth and so many people, educating them about so many things, including the decisions or rather the conditions that come with the IMF and the World Bank when they give us money. So stay tuned. That is one of the conversations we shall be starting with as we take a short musical break. Come back with the quote of the day, but our major conversation shall be going to Burkina Faso, which has been literally on the board lately. We've been seeing them trending because of, not really trending, but of course being put on the map because of the decision that they have been making. So far, the three countries, that is the West African countries, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, have been doing literally amazing through the Alliance Sahel state, which is threatening the Western powers. And we saw recently the UN, the US showing concerns because of Burkina Faso's decision to ban BBC Africa and all these mainstream medias in their country. The decision is on. They're not backing from this. I'll be leading you through what is happening and what is their next move. We shall also be talking about Ghana, which is still to make a decision on what is their stand about taking butt plugs. And also we shall be sharing a video coming from the Kenyan president, who has finally made a response on the ongoing floods. And I'll be letting you know my thoughts regarding that and much more coming from the African continent. Stay tuned. But I started with an amazing jam that is the one and only Tanasha Donna. And she's been literally people are literally attacking on the internet right now because of the current surgery that she's done. That is having some liposuctions, I don't think what they call, I don't lip fillers and all that, whatever you want to call them. But I don't know what's up with the African women always wanting to do more, especially if you have the money to do the surgery. I don't know. Personally, I've said I'm insecure. I've said personally I'm insecure because of having small boobs. But do I wish that I had really, really big boobs? No. Because, there's so many effects that come up with all these surgeries and everything. But I believe if you eat right and everything, the body weight comes up even with the boobs. But back to the music. This is the one and only Danny Talks Intronics. This is Betty, and I hope you guys get to jump into this. And we'll be coming back with the quote of the day and much more.
Greetings and salutations, massacres and marauders all the way to Switzerland. And you're tuning into the Black Fire Radio, and you're listening to
Hey, Queen, I wanna step my feet off guard. Steady, listen step, baby. Drip, ready. Cheza na wash, doby. Manzi, baby. Anaitwa bitch. Anaitwa bitch. Anaitwa bitch. Hey, Queen, I wanna step my feet off guard. Steady, listen step, baby.
Hey, Queen, I wanna step my feet off guard. Steady, shedding his skin but sticky boy. Crazy, steady my bed but still the zone. Heavy, tabidi magwaya, steady me wrong. Gana, tadani metoka kusana. Steep sana, jovile manzemi na panda. Panda, zia pana, kidane kitu namba tana. Apana, chicks bana, tabidi mesonga kwa beti zangu na saka Natasha. Kila wakati kuwasha, kana pandisha mizangu mashasha. Kani yo majina kata pasta, dani na pemanga sana. Kani yo pesa nataka sasa, vile naipendanga sana.
Queen, I wanna step my feet off guard. Steady, usini step, baby. Drip, ready. Cheza na wash, doby.
Manzi,
Baby.
and it's a Betty. Yes, my quote of today of Tuesday is always give 100% at work. On Monday, give 12%. Don't take this advice literally, but always give 100%, okay? Always give 100%. At work on Monday, give 12%. On Tuesday, give 23%. On Wednesday, give 40%. On Thursday, give 20%. On Friday, give 5%. Take this advice at your own risk, because if you know you're supposed to deliver 100 on Monday, deliver 100. Don't do 12, don't do 40. You're gonna be fired.
Nanga kando ya jegi figa ya Insta model wezi shuku wana kuwanga pedi yo msikiza kijani ya kiseke nataka tupake kifendi shughuli ya kukunda Malboro shadow mefungwa na pepa ya feki umali na kiti surrounding mdena awezi kushuku mjeshi na seti kwa public.
Yes, and of course, welcome back. That is Betty, Daddy Intronics featuring Tulia and Isam Gavi, and I hope you guys are jamming into that one. And of course, a quick shout out once again to everyone live with me. See, Obiri Iwaton, that is, I don't know if that is you, Iwaton, I'm not sure, but shout out to that person, whoever is with me on YouTube, on the radio station, on Twitter, on TikTok. Shout out to, that is Joy, shout out to George, Jean, and shout out to everyone also live with me on the show page. In case you're wondering how to get to the show page, once again, I'd love to urge you to download the Black Fire Network application. That is the only way you can stay connected to our website, which we get to stream live, because sometimes our content is literally too super extreme, too heated for YouTube, and we have to take all the heat over to where we own our own media. And of course, when you talk about the Black media, whether us owning our own media, that is a conversation that we shall be having regarding what Burkina Faso is doing and the decisions they are making. But first, before we get started, like I promised, I'm gonna start with my very, very favorite puppet of the African continent, one of the African countries, which is Uganda. Shout out to Museveni. I really love Museveni for free. I find him very funny personally. I find him having so much humor in him. Unlike most of the African presidents that I've listened to their speeches, read their articles, Museveni has a lot of humor in his speeches, in his statements, and I just love him for free. As much as he's not done anything to develop the lives or the livelihood or the development of literally Uganda and being a dictator for the last 38 years, I still literally do love him. So in this video that I'm sharing, he was in Kenya. That was, I think, during this weekend. I'm not certain, but of course, it's a video that has been shared recently. And he's spoken about him not entertaining nonsense anymore. And we want to share what type of nonsense he's talking about. On this, he has mentioned the World Bank on the dictatorship they give when it comes to their funds. He's also spoken about the dictatorship that comes with the development of Africa, which he sees none, and gives a very good example with a pregnant woman. When you are pregnant, you're expected to give birth. But for Africa, we've been pregnant for the last 60 years of independence. We've never seen any child being born, and that is in terms of development. So I want to share this very quickly as we get started, and I'll give my own thoughts, because why isn't he mentioning and talking about his country? Shout out to Museveni one more time.
Talking about prosperity instead of profiteering. These were his own words. That's what I picked. This has been the problem. Aid has been for profiteering.
I mean, who doesn't know this? We've known this for the longest time. Shout out to Ruto. You can see him there, just giving us the bombastic side eye, to the cameraman.
This has been the problem.
We know for the longest time that aid in Africa has been benefiting other people. And this is why, when you talk about, again, independency, shout out to South Africa, we just celebrated during this weekend, Tanzania, and so many African countries that we're going to see this year celebrating the so-called independency. The question is, what are you independent of? Are you even independent of your power? Is your power, can you really rule? Or do you have to literally accept dictatorship from someone else for you to be able to fulfill what is supposed to be done? Aid is here because it is for profit to the rest parts of the world, and that is very well known.
Now, the World Bank people and other groups have been talking of sustainable development.
Every single time.
Even in your documents, I have seen those words there.
Mm-hmm.
Sustainable development.
Mm-hmm.
I am now going to be 80 years old. I have never seen sustainable pregnancy.
Okay, when they talk about age, okay, because I think every time we see, and shout out to Keith, he always loves using these terms. Like Africa, we've been considered as childlike mind, childlike people. He said he doesn't want to act like an 80-year-old, but isn't this how the rest of the world literally sees them, especially them? And this is why when you talk again about power, when you talk about aid being a profit to the Western powers, isn't this something you know? So you've been acting like an 80-year-old child for the last 38 years, Museveni, but you don't want to say it. That is number one. Very, very well. Because let's start with AGOA. One of the groups that he's mentioning, he said other groups. AGOA is one of the groups that has been literally helping Africa benefit, in quotes, in terms of them transporting food outside and all that, act of development in growth of agriculture and all that. But if you look at the benefit Africans have made, it's nothing, literally zero. 0.0%, literally nothing you can account to, or you can point that this is what really made out of this. This was the benefit we made out of this. AGOA is a group that has been benefiting African countries, and we saw Uganda facing sanctions from the Biden administration. That was last year. When Uganda signed the harsh anti-LGBTQ plus rules in their country not being participated. Museveni came out and said Africa, which is going to mention, because I think these puppets always love using the same terms over and over again. One thing I've picked again. It's only the same words in a twisted way in a different summit. He's always said, Africa, we don't require any help. We don't require any aid. So immediately, the Biden administration sanctioned Uganda. Museveni said the same terms. Africa, as a matter of fact, we're very well independent. We don't need anyone or anything. He went ahead and begged. After a few days, he said that, actually, we can't do this. The Biden administration should consider the decision they're making. We shall also record. And this is why you see the LGBTQ plus decision is still a debate in Uganda, because they have not yet also made a decision. Not yet. Shout out to Museveni for not being taken as an 8-year-old.
That a woman is pregnant this year, the pregnancy continues next year, 3 years, 4 years, it never happens. In life, pregnancy develops sustainably within the womb of the woman. Quantitatively, the baby is growing bigger and bigger. But at some stage, quantitative growth must be transformed into qualitative change. The pregnancy must become a baby. If the pregnancy remains pregnancy, the fetus will die. So therefore, I would even ask you to use words in your documents. Africa does not need sustainable, what? You could call it sustainable underdevelopment. Africa needs socio-economic transformation. The pregnancy must become a baby. The baby must grow and become a teenager. The teenager must grow. That's what happens in life. You cannot have quantitative growth and you think you are doing anything. The main reason why there is no growth is because the growth factors are not funded. They are not even understood. What are the growth factors? We now talk of private sector-led growth. Yes, but for the private sector to grow, what does it need? It needs low costs of production. Ministers of Finance, low costs of production. And what are the low costs of production? Number one, transport.
Hi, Joe Mosquito.
You must have low transport costs. Where do low transport costs come from? From the railway.
Where? Which railway? Which we're taking billions of funds, to build. Because after this, we're going to check the Uganda railway. Sometimes it's good when these people are making speeches, especially in other African countries or outside the African continent. And then if you try to look at their country, it's nothing amounting to what they're talking about. Local production, which is supposed to be very cheap. Is it anything that you've done, Museveni, or not? Of course not. Transportation, which you've given the Chinese people to take over for them to build with lots of funds borrowed. You're talking about the IMF, the World Bank benefiting, dictating when we borrow. So how do you expect local production to be cheap or transport? All this nonsense you're talking to be done while you're not even independent. But he said he doesn't want to be taken as an 8-year-old baby. Okay. You know?
If you don't fund the railway, how will you get low transport costs?
Oh,
Wonderful people, Banco Mundial, IMF, all of these. Where will low cost of production come from if you don't have a railway? I have been here for the last 64 years. I've been watching as a student leader, as a freedom fighter,
what freedom fighter?
now as the leader of a country.
What freedom fighter? Look at this one.
How many railways have been constructed or funded in Africa?
Including yours, so many.
The few that have been was by China, the Tanzania Railway to Zambia.
No, that was German, right? Not anything to do with. No, that was German.
And recently, China, another one here in Kenya, and then Tanzania on their own.
He doesn't even know. Wait, the trains in Tanzania, they come from Germany, unless the construction was also done by the people in Tanzania, if I'm not wrong, literally. So he doesn't even have a clue of most of the things going on in the African continent.
They are building a railway line. So if you are talking of helping Africa, the railway, I don't want to be involved in any other words, no, please. The railway. Because if you fund the railway, you will have low cost of transport, and you can produce products which are cheap, which can be bought in the world.
Well, that is something that should have been done a long time ago, or I won't share much more of that. It's just wasting my time. I'm not going to cap, because that is something, again, like we said yesterday with the system of education in Africa, that is something that should have been done from the beginning. When we claim this independence, we keep on celebrating every single day. And personally, I was even talking with this, I think it was Demore on Friday, we were debating about this, and we're like, these people always want to talk about to be done, should have been done, to be done, should have been done. Why isn't it that we can't go back and blame the first coons who accepted all this corruption, all this poor development, because it starts from the first people who literally sold the lands away to the white people, who agreed to become puppet leaders. And that is literally if we dealt with that from the beginning, or if it was so hard for the first leaders to do it, then the second leaders should have done it. But no, we went to the trend. That is the problem. We went to the trend as African people. We went along the same way we found religion without questioning. We went to the trend. We found the system of education is the way it is, British type, and we went along with it. No one bothered to question or change a goddamn thing. Do these leaders know anything to do with religion, education being backward, and the system being the way it is today on purpose? Of course they do know, because look at them. They have lavish lifestyle out of the African continent. They have islands somewhere. They can't, literally when it comes to floods, they're rushing away to their islands. We're left here stuck with some sewages and all that. So this is all some puppetism talk. Again, that's how personally I love to call it. This is all some bullshit puppetism talk. I don't want to be considered, or I don't want to act like an 8-year-old child, but that is how Africa we're taken. Childlike people, because we don't want to act. Talk about development, but the next thing after this, trust me, very soon I might be reporting Uganda has taken billions of funds. For what? That is the question. For what? So if you talk about being dictated to the World Bank or by the World Bank of what to do in your country, when you talk about aid being an act of opportunity to the West, of course you knew all this, and you know. But you've been there for 38 good years, not wanting to change a thing. The Uganda situation is literally even more crazy and gets crazy every single day. So this is all nonsense. When you talk about the trains, how much are we taking for the trains? And what backward nonsense do we have? I don't know if I can find the video, there's a video that was going viral over the trains, the railways they're talking about. When these rains, of course, because of the rains that are going super crazy in Kenya and the eastern parts of Africa, literally majority of the parts of the world, crazy. When you talk about the railways, this is what, you know, Museveni is talking about. Let me see if I can find it. There is an image of one of the railways here. I don't know if I can find it right now, but it was some really, really bad image. Really bad image of so much funds we're taking, but what we have to show is pathetic. I can't find it right now. Can't find it right now, but it is so sad. It is so sad. But shout out to John Mosquito, shout out to Mr. Blackwoodfire with us on TikTok. John Mosquito says, I have to turn on subtitles just to understand what Museveni is saying. Walai, guy, that is so bad. Meaning you can't even hear a goddamn thing he says. He is always mumble talking, you know. You won't hear a majority of the things he's saying. But personally, I still love Museveni. I'm not gonna cap about that. That is just, I think, the African love I have for him. I don't think I've ever said I love any other puppet, but Museveni, I'd really love to meet this coon and just question him, of which he won't, because shout out to Maria, they're gonna arrest me. They're gonna arrest me, you know, trying to do all that Pan-African type of interview and all that. But it is so crazy. But also, see, John Mosquito says, when it's supposed to be the other way round. I know it is supposed to be the other way round. It is so crazy, man. But that's why I said this even yesterday, and that's why when Iwaton was even trying to defend and saying, yes, there are people who are accountable and are supposed to be questioned on why Africa is not developed and why we see the rest of the world always benefiting from Africa. That is a question and answers we need. But if you try to look at the ignorance of the people again, it's something to also count for. The ignorance of the people is something to count for, big time. Big time. Like, it is super crazy, but that is what is happening in that was during the weekend. Museveni was here, I think, immediately after the celebration of Tanzania independence. I think they came to Kenya before also our Kenyan president went to Zimbabwe. I don't know for what meeting, but Ruto was in Zimbabwe to meet with Zimbabwe president, and I'm looking forward to see what this is gonna be all about. But on this other side, still on the same coons, this is coming from William Ruto, and he's finally gotten to respond about the current ongoing floods, and he's mentioned a couple of things when you talk about the funds, how they're supposed to be used, spent, but why isn't it happening? That is the question.
In Kenya, we've also seen county governments complaining that the response from the national government has been slow. If we look at most of the counties that have been affected by the flooding, almost all counties have been affected, but they're not able to offer complete support to the people who've been displaced. What would you have to say about that, considering the fact that these are county governments that are blaming the national government?
So number one, as before he answers, I love the fact that the way the lady was asking the question. We have the county governments blaming the national government for not being responsible on how to prepare, on how to deal with floods. All these county governments blaming the national government. These are two groups working together. Number one, we do understand that, right? When it comes to the budget reading of the budget of the nation, and so many funds we keep on borrowing, all these county governments, they do get all these funds, okay, which are given away, whoever gets to distribute the money, but it starts with the national government to the county government. So these people are just playing a scheme. And shout out to BBC. That's why we see Burkina Faso calling out BBC, because it's a good question, but also a damn question. Because you know very well who are doing this. You know.
The instruments that have been built into budgets give every government at all levels, government at the national level, government at the county level, emergency resources. There is always room for any county to adjust their budgets to take care of emergencies. So while it is true that we have an emergency situation and we need to respond. Every level of government has been built into the budget that a certain percentage of their budget can be reorganized to meet emergency requirements. It is the reason why.
And why isn't it happening? That is the question. Why isn't it happening? If every county has been given funds to do this, why isn't it happening? You know. And this is why they keep on changing people in the system. Nepotism count of it. This is why they keep on changing people. If funds actually happen to be allocated the way they're supposed to, they're gonna fire these people, because why is it that you're making Africa work? It's not supposed to be working. The aim is it's not supposed to be working. Shout out to you, Keith. Karibu sana.
This is why the Europeans keep saying African men cannot govern themselves.
Oh, and Museveni just said he's not gonna be taken as an 8-year-old baby. So, make this make sense. You know?
What did he say? What happened with Museveni?
Museveni saying that I will not allow to be carried as an 8-year-old baby. I understand the IMF, keeps on giving us money. They keep on dictating to us. All this aid is a profit to the Western world. Come on, you know this. So you're acting like an 8-year-old baby still. Because why isn't Uganda developed?
He's only saying that now because I told you, they only said, you never heard them say this 10, 15 years ago. You got a youth waking up. These guys are puppets. They haven't done nothing. They're there to make sure nothing develops. Africa's the laughing stock of the planet. Saying Africa, look at Africa, look at these Africans. They can never build shit. Shit all fucked up in Africa. They 200, 300 years behind the rest of the world. So that was the white people. So let's look at some things just to have me completely appalled. They were talking about African Americans. You African Americans, so much you built America. You ain't built shit. Yeah, if you build anything, look at Africa. Why is Africa all fucked up? You ain't even built that place. You ain't built that place.
It is crazy. It's just some nonsensical talk, and that's why I'm saying shout out again to BBC, because you asking the county governments are blaming you. It should be, why is it that the county governments, both of you are blaming each other for things not working, while that's a
federal. It's affect the whole country though. So that becomes federal. That's Ruto's problem. It's federal. He's supposed to coordinate with the county to make sure now the cleanup and the people are protected. He hasn't done that because he's, like I said, they're all fucked up. This is how Africa works. But when you see national disasters, they don't ever do nothing. They don't know how to do nothing. They don't know how to govern. It's his fault. It's my fault. His fault. They don't know how to use. They do not, and that's on purpose. They do not know how to be in charge of any government. They're only thieves. They don't govern shit. So when you do have a natural disaster, and the whole world sees it, they know that they're responsible. They try to blame each other. They know that you look crazy. When tomorrow, they said Kenyans go reach higher ground. Are you out of your mind? You're supposed to mobilize the government to effectively make sure those people are safe and put in situations where they have dry and clean housing. That's what a government's supposed to do. If you can't even do the simplest things of take care of your people during a national disaster, then you don't need to be in power. You have a fake government.
Period. And this is why we can't be having all these people who keep on asking, oh, you need to give them a couple of years.
It already showed you a couple of years. No, when you fail a national disaster, you got to go.
It's been the same talk of give them a couple of years until they're here. That's why you see them trying to extend the presidential terms, because give them a couple of years, give them a couple of years, then the next president comes, give them a couple of years. Bullshit. Pardon my French, but bullshit.
It is. That's exactly what it is. Why you need 7 years and you can't do nothing in 5? And that's long term too. The average thing is only supposed to be 4-year terms. Africa, they want 5, now they want 7, because they don't ever want to leave power. Family. That's why these despots never want. They want to pretend like it's a democracy when it's not. I have a 14-year, 2 terms, 14 years. Then after that, they ain't gonna want to go then. They don't ever want to leave. That's like in the beginning why Jomo was stayed as president from 1961 to 1979, 20 damn years almost. They don't want to leave because they can't do nothing. They never created nothing. They never built nothing. They're on purpose. What would they do? I wouldn't let none of these Negroes be the damn manager of a KFC in Kenya, let alone a president. Are you crazy?
They will collapse the business immediately.
That's right. They will collapse the business. Exactly. They had to really be in the real business, not government, when they got to produce shit. They was in the real business, they all be fired or all go out of business because they don't know how to run shit. Imagine, the African presidents are the only ones on the planet that become presidents that never ran shit. Never ran a business, never created anything, never done any goddamn thing. You're not the head of a country. And this what you get. Shit don't never work right. Floods every damn where. And then telling people stupid shit. Go to higher ground. Go to higher ground, do what? What are you talking about?
Did you hear yesterday us saying that right now they said if you are found trying to cross, and how am I even finding myself? I'll be going to work or coming from work, and then it gets flooded, because you saw yesterday with the videos I was sending to you.
Yeah.
In short minutes, it was flooded right here. The road was crazy, and now we're trying to see some people crossing. Like, what if you fell? What if you literally fall on this? The sewer lines, because you don't even know where you're stepping. Where do you even know where the path is when you just step in?
That's right. That's right. I wouldn't be stepping blindly. I'm not stepping nowhere out there.
But I'm going home. Rains are literally heavy. I found myself somewhere, and I had to hide.
Were you able to go to the grocery store today? Or did you messed up?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I want you falling in no ditches.
No, I'm cool, man. I can't afford to fall again. I can barely still run for my life, so no way. No way. I can't. But this is so crazy. But that's why I'm trying to refer to what Museveni, the video began with.
I've seen the videos on TikTok of Kenya, man. It is absolutely crazy. Everybody seeing the videos on TikTok. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And you've got no government response. This is why they come out. We need to go back and colonize Africa. These Africans are stupid. These puppets. They don't want to. They know they're stupid. They put them in power. They want to come back in so they can take over the resources without pretending no more. We don't even want to share with these despots. We want to keep all of it. We don't need no more despots. We want to be back 100 years ago where we ran and control all of it. So the response from the Kenyan government has been shameful. That's why they yell. Because the whole world is seeing this like, what? What kind of shit is this? It's 2024. And this same way Africa runs. Look at this crazy shit. Look at this response. Man.
It is insane. It is insane and such a shame.
You got TikTokers and YouTubers they call going out there with boats trying to save people. Like, what?
It is
What's going on?
It is a shame, actually, with everything we've seen, and then the response from the government. It is such a shame. How do you take tractors to go remove water from one road to another? How do you go to a situation of flooded people and say, I'm going to pay transport for them to go back home? What type of nonsense? And you're a whole governor. I'm going to pay transport for them to get back home, to and from. We don't need your money. And that's what I was saying yesterday. The problem with Africans, again, and this is a problem we have to accept we have, especially in the continent. And this is why I have not gotten my refund back for the internet. You see, we're so quick to take money,
That's why I didn't want to get. That's why I didn't want to get no money, because I knew we were going to get nothing. Where's the refund? That's why I did not want to get no goddamn money. It's always scam. That's why and people say, this guy's idea, why don't TikTok pay us and do business? Because it's always scam shit in Africa. That's why, dude. You set the whole system in Africa. It's so corrupt. Nobody wants to do real business in Africa because it's always some scam shit. You think you're supposed to keep people's money without doing shit or not giving refunds? Like, that's norm. The rest of the world will not tolerate that. The rest of the world's not going to tolerate you stealing their money. They don't get their product and shit like that. They're not going to tolerate that. So they know that's how you operate. That's why they're going to put all that TikTok shit you was crying about in Nigeria, in Africa. They get paid for creating. They got shops and everything, but none of it is in Africa. There's a reason why it's not there, stupid. There's a reason.
It's so crazy and so sad. But moving on to the other parts of that is the western parts of Africa, we have Ghana, which actually, I said, it's not going to force the president to sign the anti-LGBTQ bill. And I remember when this bill was brought forward, they were threatened.
I told you he wasn't gonna sign shit. And that's his job. And that's his job.
If actually citizens could connect the dots with question, I mean, this tells a lot about you as a president. What's up? Why ain't you passing the bill? What is it that we're missing about you that you don't see, in the mainstream media? Are you taking some butt plugs somewhere? Are you is this like power?
No, Joe, because they've already told him if you sign the bill, we're gonna cut up your bank accounts that you got all your money you stole from Ghana in your offshore accounts in the islands. Usually they got the islands, they got their money out there in the Cayman Islands. That's their national banking system scam out there where Samuel lives out there in the Cayman. That's all the illegal banks in Panama or the Caymans. So they already told them we're gonna cut up your bank accounts. We're gonna seize all your property that you got in England and France and we got. Of course, all these Negroes, Joe, they got property outside of Africa. All of them. So they've been given a house. They've been made rich, Joby. They've been made. They haven't done. Coca-Cola ain't never done shit to be rich, but they're all rich. And so they got bank accounts outside of Africa. So they were told we're gonna freeze your shit. They're gonna seize your homes if you sign that bill. Like, I'm not signing nothing. I'm not signing anything. The country told you to sign it because that's your job as the president. Fuck the country. I don't got nothing to do with these niggas. I'm not, get out of here. I'm signing nothing.
It's crazy. But they're saying that the High Court in Ghana, capital Accra, has dismissed a bid to force president.
And they gonna stand right there. That's Sam right there. That's Sam right there. Samuel with his secret bank account in the Caymans.
Yeah, they're saying that the High Court in Ghana, capital Accra, has dismissed a bid to force the president to sign a tough anti-LGBTQ bill.
He's going to force him. That's his job. He's the president. They passed the legislation already through Parliament. It's his job to sign the bill because he can't veto it because everybody signed it unanimously. So he has to sign it. But since they know this is how corrupt Africa, they let you know they don't run Africa. And he doesn't run Ghana because it's his job to sign it because the Parliament already voted unanimously, so they can't overturn the bill. So he's got to sign it. But he's already been told by his masters, you better not sign that bill.
Yeah, because remember there's some few politicians, I think either parliamentarians or I can't remember, but some of the officials came and told him, we're gonna lose 3.something billion if you do this, so you can't afford to do this. And of course, Ghana is one of the top countries.
Yeah, well, it's right. It's right. The IMF gonna cut them off too because they pushing on exactly right. IMF and the World Bank gonna say, hey, nigga, what I gotta do with it? My people signed it. My people passed it. Your people don't run shit. And you don't run. You do what you're told to do. See, he's in a dilemma like me, Joby. I woke up in a dilemma, Joby. I'm in a dilemma like him, Joby. I'm in a dilemma, Joby. Oh, hey, we got to set the King Frequency Show for you and for you in Uganda today. We got to set up at the power station. At the power station on. Yeah. I'm in a dilemma, Joby. I'm in a dilemma. I'm in a dilemma, Joby. I'm in some bullshit right now. And as we talking, Joby, I'm in some bullshit right now.
What's going on? You mind telling us? Or?
I'm going to tell you, okay? You really want to know? I'm going to send you the evidence, too. You really want to know? I woke up today to some lady I don't even know telling me I'm the grandfather of her children. Okay?
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, all right. All right.
Nah.
So
wait.
Yeah,
the grandfather?
Yeah, the grandfather. I was like, hey, lady, who owns you? But it's true. It's true. You know why it's true? Because you know what son it is. You know what son of mine it is. You know what son it is. You know which one it is. You know what son it is.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. And she's talking to me right now while I'm with Jovi. She's talking to me right now. Showing me the pictures and everything, and it's undeniable. I'm like, lady, it's undeniable. That's it. It's undeniable.
Something that has happened recently, or like way before, like.
I think this is like last. Oh man, they got the whole thing. So he was cheating. So he was cheating on his woman or his wife or whatever. With this. But I want to know, this chick here is fine as shit. You mean he kept the fat ugly one? He went the fat one. I told this dude loves fat bitches. I'm like, what's going on? I'm not partial. I don't know nothing about the lady, but this lady is fine as shit. She showed me pictures of them kissing and hugging. I'm like, yeah, that's his ass. I can't lie. I can't lie. Oh my god damn! Why do I gotta be caught? I can't get away from this nigga. Right.
Hello, grandfather. Somebody gave you a title already.
Yeah, she said, I woke up today, Joe. I'm about to get ready to drive down here to the border. He's like, is this Keith Newsom? I'm like, yeah, who's this? I think he may be my children's granddaddy. I'm like, what? Lady, I'm nobody's granddaddy out here, grandfather. I don't know you, lady. There's always some shit with this nigga. What? I'm like, what is going on? What are you talking about?
Every time I hear his stories, I'm always gonna end up laughing every single time. It's crazy. But I see Joe Mosquito says, what I miss, I had to pick up a call from my Keith is a grandfather right now. That is what you miss. He's a grandfather, That is crazy. But anyway, congratulations to the lady, to your son. I don't know what to say.
I'm trying to find, where is that?
He never told you. I don't know. Does he know, or he never just wanted to tell you?
He knows, because she showed me all the evidence. He knows, because she shared me with all the evidence. Right now, she gave me the goddamn black women gonna be black women. She's sending me all the text messages right now. She got pictures of him. She got videos of him and her kissing and shit. That's him. Shit.
To Samuel in the building. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. He says, I'm looking for those bank accounts that is under Ghana. And also he says, I found a few properties that belonged to a former prime minister. That is in Ghana, you say. Of course, these people, they own a lot, Samuel, too, I mean, that's what I was saying yesterday. We should go back to if Kenya was to actually, if we were serious with this so-called thing called politics, why is it that, number one, we have criminals being appointed as leaders? That is the number one question. Why is it that these criminals own so many properties outside the African continent, including the offshores, the issue of the Pandora Papers with the Uhuru Kenyatta, and all this? Nobody talked about, imagine, nobody talked about, actually not even the mainstream media. We just knew, and that was the end of the deal. That was the end of the deal. So they own so many properties, and I'm not surprised whether a former prime minister, whether an MC, so long as they are on those seats, they're all the same people wearing the same hats, the same people. But I also see you saying that both worth millions, of course, and I also see you saying that fat women need to love Keith. God damn, I don't think he's gonna be lovable, because he don't mess with them.
What happened?
Is Samuel saying that fat women need to be loving you? Fat women need love.
Fat women? I don't fuck with fat women, Samuel. I leave them to you. I don't do fat women. I don't do fat bras. I'm allergic to them. I'm allergic to fat women, Samuel. It's not my thing. I leave them all to you. I leave them all to you chubby chasers. So, the girl right here, she got a whole bit of them kissing and shit. I'm like, God damn, this is this nigga. This is him. This is him. Like, what? I said, ma'am, I don't know you. Let me talk to him first. I don't know if you're making this up. I don't know. He's a grown man. I'm not in his life. I can't. I don't know. I don't know what kind of babies he's having out here. Where's he putting his penis at? I don't know. I live in Arizona. I said, you live all the way in Arizona? You have to by California now? I said, he's living all the way back in where? Where's he living now? North Carolina. I said, oh, shit. That's true. I said, well, you got any proof? All these pictures start popping up. Like, God damn, this is. I said, he's usually good with his children. Why is he denying this one? And I asked him, was he cheating? I said, was he cheating on on that woman he's with? I don't know if they married not that woman with you. Yeah, he was cheating on her with me. I said, well, ma'am. I said, ma'am, I don't got nothing to do with that craziness. That's you and this moron's business. But my kid needs a father figure. I'm ready to take a DNA test. I said, no, I believe you. I believe you. You ain't got to take no DNA test. I'm sure your son's his child. I'm pretty, all these pictures you showing me, and all these damn text messages I'm getting, I'm sure you're not lying. God damn.
The next thing you're gonna be after giving you the DNA, you're like, can I come stay with you?
No. I'm gonna take care of no. My kids. That's right, Joby. Exactly right. Exactly. She lives too far away, Joby. She lives way out there by California. I'm 3,000 miles away. It's like her living in Lagos and me living in Nairobi. I'm nowhere near her. So yeah, that's how she way across the country. She's not nowhere near me. So no. I always tell my no. Ain't nobody dropping no kids on me, Joby. And they might pass a new law. If you claim a child as a grandparent, you gotta pay child support. Oh no. This country's wicked. So no. None of that shit gonna be happening to me. They'll take my passport. I gotta go to Africa. I can't be fucking around because he was messing around with all these women. That's his shit.
Got it from my daddy.
I wouldn't having babies everywhere though, Joey. So you can.
That's true.
I wouldn't have babies everywhere. That's goddamn. Motherfucker messing me about. I think you may be my child's grandfather. I'm like, what? What the fuck is this? What's going on?
That's a dilemma for real, no cap. But anyway, to the major conversation is about Burkina Faso, which has said that it is going to continue still removing more of these mainstream medias in their country. And that is after the remarks and comments that were made last week. And they're saying Burkina Faso has suspended yet more foreign media outlets over their coverage of report accusing its army of killing 223 civilians. The report by US-based Human Rights Watch said it believed that the massacre in February was in relation to the villagers aiding armed Islamists. And the West African nation military government has denied the allegations, and they have already suspended the BBC and US broadcaster Voice of America for
take them out.
Rights publication. And the UK and the US government said in a joint statement that they are strongly opposed. They strongly oppose the suspension of the media outlets in the country.
So what?
And that they
don't care what you oppose. Get out.
Consider the decision. Of course, this is one of their ways of getting informed on what is happening every now and then, so that they can keep on pushing negative, news to the people, which is not it. And that's why they want BBC and these other medias to remain, while Burkina Faso is literally trying to push for them being an independent media country, which is what Africa needs. Because it's crazy. It is crazy with all these negative reports every single time. We need positive reports every now and then, at least now and then. It's so crazy. But I see someone says in Cayman Islands, Joby, of course, they own properties everywhere. And I also see you saying at least she is black, kid. I know that's right. At least she is black. At least she didn't mess around with, no cracker, like,
They
bringing
know I
down
don't. They know I don't get down like that, Joe.
yeah. And I also see someone says, now I don't touch them either. That is the big body size people. And he also says, I don't want no women fatter than Joby. God damn, I'm petite for me. I'm not even fat, close to fat. And you're not expecting me to get fat. That is your sickness in your head. Keep on getting sick. Oh, you're getting weight. Oh yeah, that is me. Get used to it. That is just but anyway, family,
I'm like, man, what the hell? This guy don't never let up on me. Shit. always some shit. I told you, man, when your kids grow up, always some shit with this Negro. God damn.
Your son, that one is a funny one. Your son, that one is funny. With all the stories you've told me, the last
people think I be making that up. Like that goofy Zolt I was making up. Hey, nothing I'm saying I ever made up. People think it's so crazy. People think I be making up them stories, Joby. It's all true. It's all crazy. Every one of them stories I said about this crazy bastard, every last one of them is 100% true. And this one, I'm gonna send you these damn things on. She sent me on message. I'm gonna send them to you on message. I'll let you read the shit yourself on Messenger. I'll let you read the shit yourself.
Crazy. What? John was gonna say, is that your first grandchild? No, I don't think so. No.
No. That's my first. Now my daughter has children, so nah. That's not my first. Actually, my daughter's pregnant right now. One of my daughters is actually pregnant right now. Her mother's sending me pregnant pictures and shit. She's pregnant. I said, again? God damn, she don't have no more goddamn children. God damn, what the fuck is going on? So, they they're jumping on real. So, they know, yeah, you can bring them to visit, but you take their ass with you. When you leave, you take their ass with you. Ain't nobody gonna ever be saying, granddaddy touched me. No, take these little motherfuckers with you. Here you go. They go with your mama and your daddy. Bye. Ain't nobody leaving no grandkids with me. I raised my children already. I'm free again. I don't want no more goddamn kids. I don't want no more grandkids. I love you. I play with you. But at the end of the day, you gotta go. Time to go, baby. Time to go.
Kids, nah. I don't think I wanna have kids personally. I don't know, man. If that is a decision I'm gonna make. I don't know. That is.
Yeah, you're young, Joe. You got a lot of time. You said you might change.
I don't care whether I'm young or not. It's just the thought of processing. I have to get pregnant, 9 months push, then the crying, postmortem depression. Oh nah.
Well, it depends on the person. But not everybody goes through postmortem, Joe. But that's not everybody. If you with the right man, he's caring, and he's there giving you support. A lot of women don't go through it. That's not the norm. They want to believe every woman goes through postmortem. But if you're like a bad relationship, you had a baby with somebody you don't want to be with, yeah, you're gonna have second like, oh man, I'm probably going to have to raise this kid by myself. That's when the depression comes on. So yeah.
I don't want that to the man who's gonna make me pop it. You're gonna be a one lucky man, You're gonna convince me pop it. Like, hey, yo, shout out to you.
But that's what you're supposed to do. That's every woman exactly. You're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to. You're not supposed to give up the nookie for free or get a cookie up for free. You're supposed to be the right person, so you won't ever be stuck out there. So that's not just a momentary thing. Obviously, that's what was going on with them. Since she erased that video of them kissing them instead of send me back that video. She got TikTok channels. It was like some TikTok shit. They put them all on TikTok shit. Girl, you ain't even private with your shit. But
About
I was
what?
like,
Say
damn.
about John Mosque. Say about what? John Mosque is asking me what is Wallace going to say. Say what? About what? He doesn't own me, and I don't own him. He has his life. You know, he can date whoever he wants. I can date whoever I want. You
They're
know,
not together. They're not. They're not
time.
together. They're not together anymore. Get a mosquito. You late. 2 years late.
We had our time. It's just, you know, I believe every relationship has its own time, and it was just not meant for me personally. You know, I overgrew it. To let go.
Nothing wrong with that, but they still remain friends. So Jovi's good with that. Jovi's the only woman I know that doesn't burn down bridges. Most dudes can't be friends with their ex. I'm not friends with no ex shit. Unless I had a child with them or something. I had one kid with somebody I didn't know. Me and her still friends, but other than that, nah. What? No, get on out of here. Ass out of here.
I don't burn bridges unless you just want me to burn them, or you act in some certain type of way towards me. Maybe bye. Like you lost me. You're not gonna find me again. You just lost me. But anyway, much love, family. See you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Kindly let Maria know. I think we're gonna be starting around 4, so let them be ready by that time. Because I see Kamlesh is still not in. I don't know if he's coming. I've not seen him communicating, but I hope he's on his way. And yes, so we're gonna see what's up. Let them be ready. I think we're gonna discuss.
It might be just you. It might be just you and you guys in HR. So I don't know.
He's not talked to you, right?
Huh?
Has he texted you?
Who?
Kamlesh. Yeah.
No.
So he's not communicated. So he should be on his way.
I mean, maybe. Well, you guys got HR there, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay, you got HR, so Campus don't show up, he don't show up. Shit. It was a good show without him last week when you had to talk to him. He might can't make it, the roads might be impassable. Shit. The shit I seen, I'm like, how are people even getting around Nairobi? That shit look dangerous as hell.
Man, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, you know. But anyway, much love, family.
You can't take no bus around town and that shit.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Much love, family. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Freedom Media, for being here.
Check your messenger, John. I'm gonna send it on your messenger in a minute.
All right. I'm on. I want to see the tea. Thank you so much, adventurers. Reese, Vinia, John Mosquito, Asante Sana. He says Kamlesh is coming on a boat. I hope so.
You got to come on a boat. At least you're not being woken up talking about, I think you may be my children's granddaddy. I'm like, what? Who the fuck is this? What is going on? Well, at least nobody had to tell me I'm your baby daddy. Nah, I'm not your baby daddy.
You're on the safe side.
Hey, Queen, I'm gonna step with your car.